Hold on. Don't forget, everybody. If it ain't official, it ain't legit. You heard? Stop playing with me.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Ace
So everything I'm doing, that's for me and mine. These women run the game, I can see the stride. No looking back to that bullshit, I'ma leave behind. Yeah, I might just blow a couple down.
You already know what it is. If you don't, it's SF Blake. You know I'm on That's Legit podcast. Big MPG, big SF shit. You know the vibes.
But I see through all smiles. Look, I might just blow a couple.
Hold on. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to That's Legit. I'm your host, David Bangura, and I just want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode. I got my real rights. We got my boy O and my boy Ron. I'm going to just let them introduce themselves real quick. Go ahead with it.
Yeah, it's H2O. Yo, thank y'all for rocking with us, though.
You already know the vibes.
Oh, for rip.
And what's up,
me?
bro?
Yo, you already know, man. It's your boy Ra. I'm chilling with the real rights, of course. MPG, SF. You know how we do.
And y'all already know, follow me. That's Legit Podcast on Instagram. Follow my main page, legit.bmf. And you already know we're going to get into it. So, with today's conversation, I just wanted to focus this on the men. You know what I mean? So, from our perspectives, what does it mean to be a G, Ra? Like, to you, of course. Like, how we grew up and what we heard and everything. What does that mean to you?
Well, a G is a person that like he don't have to be the dude that go to jail a lot. You know what I mean? He don't have to do stupid shit to be a G to me. A G is like going to school, you know what I mean, having a 9 to 5, doing right by his family, and you know, treating his mother right and his family, and you know, just doing right things. That's gangster to me.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Alright, so what you think about like that term being real? Like, what does that mean to you, bro? Like, just being real.
Being real is just standing on your words. Whatever you say, you really gotta stand on that shit. Like,
Facts.
it's as simple as that. Like, ain't no way around that.
Nah, and that's a fact. That's a fact. I definitely believe in that. You gotta really stand tall on what you mean and what you say nowadays. You know, a lot of things could get misconstrued, and you can't just be talking loose out here. Feel me? There's repercussions with everything. Feel me?
Yeah, that's a fact. It's always like that.
Why do you think like a lot of people, men, feel me? Like, why do you think a lot of men always feel like they gotta prove themselves as a tough guy? You know, I almost said we. I don't believe I'm that.
I mean,
guy.
it's how a lot of them grow up. They seen that, so they repeat it. They didn't get, you know, the type of wisdom that, you know, thankfully that I have, that you don't have to do that. You feel me? Like all of that bullshit. You really don't have to do that. You know what I mean? It's other ways of being gangster, and we always was learned one way to be gangster was with violence, like or punching or shooting or stabbing or whatever to do to hurt another person.
It was just how we was brought up.
Yeah, but it's about the environment where you in. You know what I mean? It's all about the environment,
that, bro.
Yeah, honestly, for men, like, you gotta protect. That's what you raised off of. So, whether your loved ones or somebody in danger, you learn to throw yourself in front of that situation.
Basically, to hold it down.
Exactly. So, it's like you just bred into that. So,
Nah, I respect that. So, like, I mean, you often hear the G code, like, nah, I mean, what that come with? Like, what is a G code? Like, is that like a rule of life? Like, people gotta walk that line? Like, is there a line when it comes to the G code? Like, what
I mean,
is that
if you about the street life shit,
life.
like if you gonna gang bang and do that street shit, you know what comes with it. You know what the rules and the codes that comes with it.
That's
so
a
it's
fact.
just like,
honestly, it's like, to me, if you do anything illegal, anything,
right, you
if
know
you
that
break
comes with
any
it.
law, any rule that have any repercussions on it, you consider that's street code, because you gonna end up right where them same people was at, regardless.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean?
And you
It's
know
like,
that.
once that happens, just know to survive in that world, you gotta follow by
That world rules.
Alright, so in that world, that brings me to my next point. So, like, your surroundings, that plays like a big part of that.
Oh, that's a fact.
It does.
Definitely
How
when you
so
grow
though?
up with.
Like for like people who don't know from the outside world looking in. Like,
For instance, like ways that you get it, it involves like your environment.
mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't got the opportunity, the same opportunity as somebody living in a better neighborhood.
That's a fact.
It's not the same opportunity. So in situations where, that's why they say you gotta get how you live.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? It's whatever's presented in front of you at that time, at that tough time.
Mm.
A lot of people don't have them outlets.
Right. See, you see, like, and to go back what he said, in certain areas, it's like get it how you live.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The area that we all grew up at, that was the motto.
Mm-hmm.
Get it how you live. Now, if we go to Tottenville or the other side of the island, that's not the motto. You know what I mean? Because they got opportunities. We don't have opportunities like they have. So we over here thinking, you know what I mean? How we thinking, you know what I mean? So it's not the right way.
Mm.
But it's just it's like the only way that we know because of where we grew up at. But when you get older, you start realizing like, all right, that way wasn't right at all. So you know what I mean? Like, let me do it this way. And then once you find another way to do it, and then you can still keep it G. Like,
You gotta know how to move.
yeah, and that's why I really appreciated Nipsey when he was there, bro. Like he wasn't.
Rest in peace to Nip.
Word,
Y'all
rest in
already
peace
know
to
the
Nip.
vibes.
Like he wasn't no, like, you know, OD, triple OG, like big 250
held
pounds
it
with
down.
muscle. But he was 10 toes, and like what Omar said, he was true to his word. So, you know
Alright,
what I
so
mean?
how y'all feel like being the men y'all are, like seeing this generation now as opposed to how we came up? Because we could speak on that shit. Feel
Right.
me? We know how we grew up. Feel me?
Yeah.
Like there's a difference. There's a big difference. Feel me? From
See,
what I
alright.
see. Feel me?
With this generation and our generation, like we learn from other people's mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like we listened to the people that went through it, and we was like, we don't want to go through that shit. You know what I mean? Like we had that
Does
common
this
sense.
generation even have
They
people
don't have
talking?
but I'm gonna say yeah, because we were
It's not a lot though.
yeah, because it's like, how can you talk to a person that swear they know everything?
Mm.
You can't get through it. You feel me? This generation think they know
What
everything.
you think about that, bro?
I feel like in the generations that we grew up in, especially us, our generation was kind of like selfish. Like it was more about
How?
self, because it was more about self. Like we was trying to live up to the hype of like our parents, like moving out the house when you 18.
That's a fact.
Everything being together.
I was just trying to get the fuck out
Exactly.
the crib.
Like
We thought it'd be
exactly.
easy though.
It ain't no way in this day and age you could do that shit just for self. It's so young. Like you gotta be like a lottery pick, like a tough track. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. You really gotta gamble.
Now, so why a lot of people be saying there's a lack of guidance? Like I honestly don't feel like there is a lack of guidance.
Honestly,
there are
it's
people there that are trying to reach out.
Nah,
to
it's funny
it,
with that
you know?
because like with guidance, I feel like the biggest problem with that is the fact that it's so many outlets for youth to be making millions.
That's a fact.
That they don't even respect their mom, bro.
Bro,
They don't
this
even
day-
remember. They don't
day
even
and
that's
respect
what-
their-
yo, bro,
It's
that's-
like,
and
how
age,
can
viral
you
is
respect?
over.
Exactly. When money
look,
is the picture,
it's
like how
over.
can you really respect
And look,
They
but look,
say
but
your
that
parents
goes,
when you made more than your parents ever did in a
look,
lifetime?
but that goes
Out.
back to for what I said. Like they swear they know everything, bro.
But
Not
it's
gonna-
what
look.
it's
Like,
really what they live off of.
look. That
Money,
too.
money is the motive.
Look,
That's
money
a
is
fact.
the
Money is
motive,
always
and
the
money
motive.
exactly. When we was growing up, that was the motive too.
But-
But we outlived half these niggas that's growing
honestly,
up now.
morals was the motive.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right.
'Cause
You're right.
Like honestly,
You're
That's a
right.
different
Like-
story.
like
You're right. Morals.
Riding
and-
to like Rod
That's definitely
moms
a
used to
different
babysit me. Like
That's a fact.
Yeah.
my mom used to babysit me.
me,
Like
right.
it's like it was really like a village. When they mean like a village,
yeah.
and every
That's
like,
a fact.
It was really like that.
And
like,
it's to a
his
point-
mom could yoke me up in the street.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I was just about to say that.
And a lot of
My mom
people-
said,
a lot
"Joe
of
came
people
up in the
can't-
street."
A lot of people
I'm
ain't
still
have that, bro.
like,
And we
that's a
grown,
fact.
and it's still to this
It's
day.
still
That shit's
to, yo,
like
bro.
I said.
If I
Like,
see his mom,
As it should be.
and if I,
nowadays,
yeah,
if somebody else have a kid and they friend or somebody that they know touch their kid,
it's going different.
Come on, bro.
Look, bro, when we was growing up,
Shout out to my boy Lord tuning in, bro.
Like, if I would have seen any one of y'all mothers coming towards me, and if I was doing something I ain't need to be done, I felt like my mother was coming.
So y'all do believe there is guidance in the hood?
Hell yeah. But
definitely
it is guidance, but
only when the hood together.
Yeah,
right?
they only. I feel like this generation feel like they know everything. So
I feel like it just stem like from like them not listening. Like they have to listen. But y'all do believe like there's people out there preaching it. Like y'all gotta move like this. Feel me?
Us we do that.
Nah, that's what I said. Like our generation was
without the cameras, we do that. We do that to the younger. That's why the younger youth mess with us more than they mess with the older dudes that's older than us that been here. You know what I mean? So
the strength.
Yeah, and then we give them game. We don't sit here and try to sun them or try to punk them or do anything like that. You know what I mean? It's all about giving game and showing the younger generation how to move.
Alright, so this is a topic I really wanted to talk about, like people staying in their lane. Like I'm talking about like the people who grew up in a nice home, feel me, a nice community and all that shit. Bro. They feel that they still have to go out and look for some, like especially in the hood. Like, why are you in the hood, bro? Like, you got it sweet. Like, what are you looking for? And does that come from like watching music videos and all that shit?
Yeah.
It's not. I don't feel like that's part all of the time.
That's part.
But you got it.
Yeah.
And you still around hood niggas. You feel me? At the same time, you want to try to relate at this.
Yeah.
And fit in. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's your friends. You want to try to fit in. So at a certain point, you recreating who you actually are when you growing up, when you young.
But listen to what you're saying. That's crazy. You're saying a person have to recreate themselves. Like, that means you're not even comfortable with who you were. You're portraying a whole nother image.
Nah, that goes back to your environment.
That's growing.
That goes back to your environment playing a major part in who you are. Like, your environment is who you are, bro. People don't know how much that shit really like, bro.
That's a fact.
And look, if you took me from a top school and you put me in a school where people did not succeed a lot, what do you think that I'm gonna do?
That's a fact.
Like, it's not even like I might make it through, but you think that I won't have problems going through there? Like,
that's a fact.
just getting there, like dealing with either if I don't want to be about that life, bullies, or if I do want to be about that life, dealing with being at the top and being that head honcho. Either way, it's an obstacle. You feel me?
Yeah. So, how y'all feel about, like, I mean, men, we could talk about it. Like, a lot of men can't really just sit at a table and hash their differences. Like, feel me? Like, I know how I was back in the days, feel me? That is what it is. But, like, why can't we really do that as black men? Like, sit at a table and say, yo, like, I don't like how you moving, feel me? Like, we could say it sounds good. Like, it sounds good, but it can't happen for some reason. Why is that?
It's pride. And then again, it goes what Omar just said, where you grew up at and what you take as disrespect. And it's also who you
can't go back on disrespect.
Yeah, but some disrespect is needed, bro. Some disrespect is really needed. You don't even want to
go into that. What disrespect is needed, bro?
Like, you can try to be cool with a person and he can take that kindness for weakness. That's when the disrespect is needed. Because you're just like, yo, I'm being respectful to you, but you disrespecting me.
So it's like you testing me, so I gotta.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, So it's like, yo, bro, you want me to go there? I could go there, but I don't want to go there. Just because I'm trying to be another person, like you.
Nah, but I ain't gonna do. Some people need that. They need that.
But then again, nowadays it's like. Nowadays, these young boys is not trying to hash nothing out. They already to the point when you took one of my friends, I'm taking one of yours.
Nah, I feel that.
So it's just like, what can you hash out when one of they ops took one of their friends? You can't hash out shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you what are you hashing out? Like, it's no talking no more. It's already at that level, and unfortunately, it got there. You know what I mean? Because we all know at this table what the big fight is, what the real fight is. It's nothing that look like us. It's the opposite color. But we not gonna go there. But you know what I'm talking about. But that's facts, bro. But once niggas start learning that, and I don't even mean to use the N-word, but I'm using the N-word because that's how they act.
That's what it is.
That's how they act. So it is what it is. Right. So if you gonna sit here and be on some nigga shit, just know it's somebody that's extra ignorant than
That's
you.
a fact.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
are you gonna live? I don't want to live. I don't want to live my life like
That's
that.
a fact. But yo, so how you feel about like burning bridges, or like, know what I mean, and like people trying to come back? Like, have you been in instances where somebody like burned a bridge and they try to extend a hand after that shit? Like,
Burning bridges is necessary.
Yeah,
Definitely, I
some
believe that.
bridges meant to be burnt.
Like, I ain't gonna, like, it's to the extent, like, people try so hard to impress people, and this is what I'm, and
Impress
people not
people-
living.
Yo, bro, but not to cut you
What?
off, they impressing people that don't like them.
that don't even
Bro,
matter.
people don't even care about them. Like,
That
it's
don't
like,
matter. It don't matter.
it's like, you're gonna connect with 1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Some way, somehow, you're gonna connect with 1 million people in a lifetime. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all of those people ain't meant to be in your life.
Not at all.
Bro,
But
it's like certain
Right.
connections.
Facts.
That's
certain
a total
connections,
fact.
Totally
certain
agree.
connections
That's a
last.
fact.
Certain connections don't.
Mhm.
And like, I'm a firm believer. Like, I can't hold on to no past situation and
Mhm.
move forward.
It's clip.
This shit don't make no sense.
Not at all.
It don't.
So, at the same time,
Mm.
that's when them bridges is necessary to be burned.
Right.
Very necessary.
What about you, bro? Like, you ever been in an instance where you had to burn that bridge? If you could talk about it, you
Yeah.
don't gotta say a name or whatever.
I've been-
you can give an instance. know what I
Man,
mean?
I've been
Like,
through that
for
plenty
people.
of times, bro.
I mean,
Plenty
give,
of
give,
times.
give one instance when that shit happened, bro.
Like, for instance, of when a person like did you dirty for another person, and then that other person that they did you dirty for do them dirty.
And then they try to come back.
Yeah, so it's just like I seen that. I knew that was gonna go happen. You know what I mean? That's just like when a dude, say if you with a girl and dude takes your girl, the way you got her, is
Shout
the way
out
you
to that nigga, bro.
Exactly. The way you got her is the
I
way
ain't
you gonna
gonna
lose
lie
her. Real shit. The way you got her is the way you gonna lose her, bro. And that shit happens.
So you mean on some common shit? Bro.
Yeah, bro. Karma don't miss nobody, bro.
It don't.
Don't matter what you think you are, what sex you think you are. It don't miss nobody, bro.
That's a fact. So, do y'all believe with the disconnect, like that shit, that bridge can be gapped with like the younger generation on like as far as how they should be moving out here? Cause I ain't gonna lie, like the shit is crazy out here.
Yeah, the shit is
If
looking
you
like
know,
the
you know.
90s.
We ain't gonna say what's happening, but I mean, if y'all tune into the news, y'all see how shit is out here in these streets or whatever. Feel me? Like shit is crazy. Feel me? So,
Yeah.
is there a bridge that could be gapped? Like with us, like, you know what I mean? How can we do our part for people that don't feel like they can do anything as far as reaching out to the younger generation?
Like-
you know?
like I said, it's go before what. Well, I said before, like you can the most you could give the younger generation is game and something like and teach them something that they never been taught before. Like if you start talking to this younger generation and you see how we talk amongst each other, some of the shit that we say amongst each other, these motherfuckers never heard.
That's a fact.
So when they hear it, it's like, damn, I ain't even think
And
like
they
that.
don't even have somebody to tell them
Exactly, because everybody is on that type of time. Like it's on goals. Like ain't nobody trying to preach. Ain't no, you know what I mean?
that. That's a fact.
Like
It's
it's
sad,
every
though, at the end of the day, bro.
like Omar said, it's about money. The motive is about money. But when we was growing up, it's about morals
That's a
and
fact.
money. You know what I mean? But
Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, the other day, one of my little mans hit me up for me. Like, I ain't gonna say his name or whatever, but I just thought the shit was so dope. Like, if you know him from the hood, like, you know how he is. But he was just like, yo, bro, like, you know, like, if anybody hiring or whatever, da-da-da-da-da, I'm on some, I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna put you on game. Like, you got your Indeed set up. He was like, nah. I'm like, let me get you right with, set that shit up. Here's my resume, feel me?
Right.
Start using my shit as a platform. Look at how my shit is set up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just use my shit as a rubric and take it from there. But the fact that he even took that extra step
that's what I'm
to
saying.
ask me,
That's what
bro,
I'm saying.
feel me? Mind
And
you,
that's-
I ain't see him in a couple of years.
But
feel
bro,
me?
and that goes back to what
But
I said
that's
with
love,
pride, bro. A lot of niggas pride won't ask that question.
That's a fact, bro.
Just because of the pride, like, oh, like niggas don't want to be like, yo, I want to learn from you. It don't matter what age I am, you can learn from anybody, bro.
Game ain't too old, bro.
Game ain't never too old. Game
ain't
is
never too
unlimited,
old,
bro.
man.
Game is
Shout out
unlimited.
to $1 million worth of game. That's where I
Word.
heard that shit off,
Word,
bro.
bro.
That's
Word.
a fact.
Gaming never
Bro,
too old.
Honestly, I
Shout
don't
out to
feel
my
like
man
we-
AC though, man. AC in the
Yeah,
building.
AC too, man.
I don't feel like we can really fix that shit with the nonsense.
No, and I feel what you're saying. I done
It's
see
like-
interviews with people saying it can't be fixed, bro.
It's like it's not. I'm not gonna say it can't be fixed. See, everything's
It's not gonna be fixed no
You know what I'm
time
saying?
soon, though.
But it's
Shout out
not
to my
gonna be
boy
fixed
Punky.
with us. It didn't start with us, so it can't be fixed by us. And that's what black people fail to realize. Like that shit don't start with us.
That's a fact.
The one thing
Like,
that
people
will
grow up
overpower,
into shit, feel me?
the one thing that they overpower us with is money.
That's a fact.
Money talks.
Who we look up to is who? Jay-Z.
Niggas
We
with
think
money.
Jay-Z is rich, right?
You don't think he rich?
You think he rich?
Compared to us, he
Compared
rich.
to me.
Exactly my point, bro.
Right.
Go on the Forbes list and let's see if Jay-Z
We
is
know,
rich.
but we know that. But we know that. We
Bro,
don't know what we know.
This
That's
is the
that
whole
again.
point. This is the
Look,
whole point. This is
look,
the whole.
bro.
This is the whole point that I'm trying to make, right?
Yeah.
We as black people look up to rich black people.
That's a fact.
The richest black person that we know that we look up to ain't even rich compared to what these white people look
I
up
hear
to.
what you're saying.
So at the same
I get
time
what you're
is
saying. I get
look
what
at they idols. They idols own companies, these billion-dollar companies is richer than
That's really
Jay-Z,
doing
right?
shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Now look who really running this world. You think they not richer than them people?
Nah, we know that.
So at the same time, what we really chasing, bro? We
No,
ain't
no,
even got the funds.
Look, I get you. I get what
We
you're
ain't even
saying.
got the funds
Look,
to play with
I
these
get what
niggas,
you're
bro.
saying, but it's just-
like, look, it's like this. What you gonna offer them, a bribe?
Look, bro. I get.
Bro, look.
I
Bro,
get-
at the end of the day, at the any situation, what people offer people? A bribe. Like, yo, I'm gonna offer you this bag, this
Where
money,
money at?
this money.
Money
You feel
at?
me? That's the motive. That's the motive. You
talk.
feel me? That's the motive. You feel
Money
me?
talk.
So at the same time, how you gonna talk money with somebody that got more money with you? How?
Nah.
So if you want to talk about making a whole government for black ourselves, you get what I'm saying? Bro, honestly, the smartest person in America is probably Akon, bro.
Hey,
That
Akon
nigga
doing
thought
his
about it
shot,
like this.
Akon.
So Akon
I
is
can't
smart
make
how?
rules over here.
No. He's just saying the moves he making.
I can't make rules over here. And I can't be the richest person
He
in
about to
build
build a
over here.
whole city in
That
Africa.
nigga got a whole nother city, bro.
I know what Kanyemis is. I'm not even gonna go.
That's simple, bro.
Yeah, that's
It's
something.
that simple. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like you gotta build off of something. How we gonna build off of nothing? We don't have nothing here, bro. It ain't nothing here to build off of.
We just gotta keep it pushing, but that's a subject for another day, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in on this episode. Make sure you like, comment, drop your rebuttals, man. We gonna be
Yo,
in this shit, man.
drop y'all suggestions so we can take it to the next
Oh, yeah,
episode.
whatever y'all want to talk
man.
about, drop y'all suggestions. We in it. Follow the podcast on That's Legit Podcast on Instagram. Follow my main page, legit.bmf. Alright, and I'm gonna just end it off like this and say it one more time. If it ain't official, it ain't legit. You heard? Stop playing with me.